Hi, Dyslexic Genius here. I'm back on the Chaney motor, and I'm going to talk about the spring barrels. And this works for any spring barrel. On these, the spring barrels just fit down, so you just can take a screwdriver and twist, stick it in like you're opening a beer can, boop, and that'll come off. And I get a lot of questions. How do I separate the center spring to the arbor shaft? What I do is I find out where this nipple is. That's what hooks up to the center of your spring right here, that piece. So I figure out that I turn it around a little because there's a big hole and a small end. And you just take a screwdriver, come in like this, and you'll just twist the screwdriver. And that'll pull the spring back because it's annealed a little. And then on reassembly, I will show you, you crush this back when you put it in and it's tight. Because that gets really tight every time you crank up the motor. And on Cheneys are very interesting.
Now, the problem was this thing slowed down every time we went to play it, right?
Right.
So do you think it's the spring?
I think hasn't been run. And you see here this buildup of grease in here? That's from not cranking the phonograph all the way up and letting it run all the way down. So, and somebody packed it, I think, 50 years ago with wheel bearing grease, which is terrible. These come right out because they're on a shaft. It's really cool the way they did this. Pull this out. And then you just flip over. And you see how I've widened that out? And it runs on this shaft right here. So the two pieces, it's really interesting how they did this. This is a really easy way to do things. It's just all pivots together like that. It's really nice. Instead of one solid piece, you can play with it. Now you just make sure that this spring barrel goes in counterclockwise. You can see that right there. And then you No, that goes in clockwise.
You are dyslexic tonight.
Oh, I am. This goes in clockwise.
Clockwise.
And then you click over here. And it looks like this one goes in clockwise too. It's going that way. But you want to check that. When you take them apart, you want to make sure you check them. And I also put a center punch on this barrel right here, so I know this is the top one, so it goes in that way. So that's what we'll do next, is remove the springs and let them soak overnight, and then start cleaning and assembling the motor. And that's my tip for the day.